All right, let's go over Musty's belt and pulley setup because I get a lot of questions about it, and this is just going to be a quick video on how I have set up Musty. This mower here is capable of doing 50 to 55 kilometers an hour in high gear, which is fourth gear, and in a low gear you can crawl this thing so slow. It's crazy. You can just get the tires barely rotating. It's insane. Anyways, let's go over this pulley and belt setup. We're looking at Musty's belt setup and pulley setup. You might see something odd, and that is this gearbox. Now, this is a 90-degree bevel gearbox. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, so that means when you turn this pulley, it turns that pulley instantly. All right, so let's start at the front on the engine. Engine pulley is a 7-inch metal steel pulley, and it works great. And that comes back through the clutching here, the 2 clutch idler pulleys here, this primary idler, and then back to my rear pulley, which is a 3.5-inch cast iron pulley. Now, from the beveled gearbox, we go back to the back gearbox, and I'll hop on the other side of the mower so you guys can see that. Right, so as you can see on this side, the gearbox comes out from the input of the engine up top into the side input here, which is a cast alloy pulley, which aren't the greatest, but they work good if you do the double set screw mod. Anyways, this is a 5-inch pulley back to a 4-inch pulley with an idler here that's adjustable up and down for when your belt gets loose or if you want to go in the mud and you really want to tighten it up. And then it actually has an idler bearing on the bottom, which you can actually see right here on this piece of metal. So this is my bottom bracket, which covers everything under here, as I rock a skid plate under here to save all this stuff from getting screwed up from rocks and sticks. Anyways, so that goes on there. That keeps all nice and tension on the pulleys and on the belts. But anyways, my front belt is a 65-inch belt and the rear one is a 35-inch belt. And this setup works great. Now, let's look at some of the things that make this setup work. All right, so some of the key things that you need to have on your belt, on your off-road mower setup and pulley system is guides. Now you can see one up top here, and this one is for the front pulley, and there's also one on the side here. And this just stops the belt from getting all strayed off to the side or wobbling around or having to have clear things like this steering thing, and that's why this pulley's in here to actually clear the box enough. It does rub on there, but it's grinded nice and smooth and polished off, so it's nice. You can also see another idler kind of bar right there, and then there's also one on the back gearbox as well. Now the clutching setup I've gone through, I've tightened up by putting washers on the little arms here, the adjustable arms, so that things are nice and tight when I do my clutching. As you can see, the belt gets nice and loose when you clutch it. So that's how I set up Musty, the off-road mower, and it works out great. Now, if you're setting up your off-road mower, you're obviously probably not going to be setting up this gearbox, but that's just because obviously I have 2 different axes that I didn't want to have one belt do the rotate because it came like that from factory and it just sucked. Anyways, for your mower, just take this into consideration. When you're building your off-road mower, a common start is a good 7-inch pulley up front and a 5-inch pulley on your transaxle. 7 on your engine, 5 on your transaxle, and good idlers in between and guide bars in between just work great to keep your belt in line and keep it from going astray, like I said. Anyways, make sure to watch the rest of our YouTube videos because I go over how I actually built this and when I built it. I just go over everything and all the other mowers as well. Anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.